Hey guys, and welcome to Hyroero's Dark Souls live playthrough. We've just finished beating the Chaos Witch Quelag, and I've pulled the lever here, which rings the second bell opening up Sen's Fortress. So we're going to head down and do, well, there's another boss, straight away. Ceaseless Discharge. He's not a very fun fight, but we'll just get him out of the way regardless. Looks pretty cool. So we're going to head down here. Now, on the way to this boss, gonna attack at this wall here. Opens a secret doorway. And this guy's gonna confront me.
Oh dear, what have we here?
So he wants a new servant to.
New servant?
He's God, basically. Gonna, tell him I'll do that. Don't really care. That gets him out of the way, so you can move on through. Takes a while to get anywhere with all those eggs on his back. Come on, dude. Bust a move. Sweet. So you can join this covenant here if you talk to this chick. You can't understand anything she's saying unless, I think, what is it, you have the mysterious pendant or something like that. One of the starting items lets you see what she's saying. Can't reinforce, don't have any Firekeeper souls. There's one to get back in Blighttown, but we'll cover that later. And there's a covenant to enter here. It gives you some pretty cool pyromancy spells. And if you rank it up enough by handing in humanity to her, you can unlock a shortcut at the end of this door, which is really useful. Actually, not at the end of that doorway, at the elevator over here. But, yeah. Pretty awesome covenant to join. Probably going to do that later, but I've got to do a few things with another covenant, forest covenant actually, to get a couple of new weapons to use. Because the Claymore's getting pretty boring, believe it or not, despite being awesome. So we're going to just rush down this way, and there's a whole bunch of like egg sack dudes here. Now, if you do get infected with a egghead, I guess that's what it's called, these guys can give you, if you come back here and kill enough of these guys, it's a pretty low drop chance, but they do drop the item that you can use to cure it. You can also find that item in the Painted World, in Anor Londo, and probably a few other places, I'm not sure. Those are the main ones I know of. So anyway, we're going to head towards this fog gate we can see over there in the distance. It's kind of weird seeing a fog gate from an angle other than, through the fog. Usually, it's a doorway blocking, and you can only see the fog until you go through it and it disperses. But anyway, so I'm going to keep my fire resistance gear on for this boss. Probably not going to make a difference. He's going to pretty much one-shot me, I reckon. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to... That's a better roll. I'm not going to need a shield for this fight. Although, I'll get the Grass Crest shield and equip it on my back. Still gives you the stam regen buff. Which is a nice thing to note if you're doing two-handed run or something with its Firehander. It's pretty good. Notice my stam comes back a lot faster than without it. So anyway, as we head up here, we're going to get our first glimpse at the boss. Just around here. There he is. Looks pretty ridiculous. I was expecting a pretty awesome fight, but it's actually kind of a joke. It's alright. Lots of awesome boss fights later to make up for it. So he's not looking too happy there in the lava. And there's some speculation over who Ceaseless Discharge, like what the story behind the boss, being Quelag and the other spider chick's brother or sister or something like that. Anyway, so there's a corpse you can pillage over here, and if you do loot it, the boss becomes hostile straight up. But we want the items, so we're just going to go straight for it. Now, he's probably going to one-shot me here, but we'll see what happens. Sometimes you manage to get past him before he does that. I don't know. It seems to be hit or miss for me. That's alright. Just going to cut the loading out, just to the fog gate. Alright, so we're back at the fog gate. Got the item still, regardless of dying, so we're just going to equip it. It's really light, no poise, but really decent stats like defense and especially resistance against magic, fire, and whatnot. So it's a pretty awesome set. It kind of, well, not kind of, it looks almost exactly like, the Nazguls from Lord of the Rings. Pretty cool. Also a bit like Death, if you were using a scythe or something. So anyway, this boss is going to aggro straight away now. You can see his health bars there. After you loot loot the armor. I think he stays on the offensive. So he's going to be heading around here. We're going to see if we can get up to that doorway before he does any attacks. It's probably not going to end well, but we'll see what happens. So we've copped it a bit. Should be alright to make it around this corner before he can hit us. So once you're in here, you know, I'm going to say the battle's already won, but knowing that I'll get killed. Just heal up to full. Now what you want to do is, you notice he can't actually really get to you. He needs to walk around in the lava to either side. So if I'm here, he's going to take a long trip around that way. And if I'm out here, he should come around. So you want to bait him into attacking. You sort of stand here now. As soon as you notice any movement, like that, just want to roll around the corner, because that attack will clip through the wall and still hit you. And then you just wail on his arm a bit. Wait. A little bit of movement. Just go back around. So, yeah, that's it. It's pretty boring. 213 damage. Let's try that with the R2 attack instead. Yeah, that's no better. So it's pretty boring, and this is just going to sort of take a while. Not much else to say, really. Pretty boring fight. I was pretty disappointed. Yeah, I thought he'd attacked already. That's right. You don't have to actually fight this guy. After you ring the bell, you're safe to head off to Sen's Fortress and then Analondo or whatever. But I usually just come down and take this guy out, just because he's so easy. You get yourself a pretty awesome armor set, and you know, a few souls. Aside from that, it's going to take a long time. Whew. Hack. Slash. Hack. Oh my gosh. I might actually just... Is it cheating if I cut this out? Guess not, as long as I don't die. Anyway, I'm just going to cut towards the end of this fight. Alright, so he's, you know, one shot off death. Pretty boring. There we go, done. Now, another thing you can do with this boss is, if you loot the armor set and you manage to get around the corner without him aggroing, you run down towards the fog gate, and I'm not sure what exactly makes this happen, but most of the time if you run back to the fog gate and you sort of just sit there, he'll walk, you know, along through the lava, and then he'll sort of like, he'll try and latch on to the wall like he's slipping, and then if you just attack his hand, he falls off like down this lava cliff, I guess, and dies, which is pretty weird. But yeah, no, that's that boss finished. Now in the next video, I'm not going to do a proper let's play, and there's going to be a lot of editing, but I'm just going to cut out lots of running and show a few things that I needed to clean up in Blighttown. There's a Firekeeper's soul to collect, as well as a few weapons and shields and things like that. So I'll show the locations, but I'm just going to skip the running, because, you know, nobody really needs to see that. It's all pretty boring. But thanks for watching, guys, and tune in for the next one, and then we're on our way to... Well, we're on our way to Sen's Fortress and then Analondo, and that's when it's going to get really awesome. So thanks for sticking around, guys, and I'll see you then.